Palm
And
Springs. Woohoo!
a big congrats on ISS. I mean, it's thrilling, affecting. I mean, I clapped in the end. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. We're
Getting
glad that you
chills.
felt that way.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Nice to speak with you, Miss Gabriela. I mean, nice to see you again. The last time I spoke with you was for Megan Leavey many months ago.
Ooh, yeah.
I love your filmography, right? You do documentaries like Blackfish and then biographical dramas, but never a sci-fi thriller.
Yes, no, it was new, totally new for me. It was a sci-fi thriller. I think the good thing about someone like me doing a sci-fi thriller is that maybe people who normally just do them and go to that genre know so much more about science than I do. And so they're sort of, it's all presumed, right? All the rules are presumed, and then they're just building a world or something that's way beyond. For me, I didn't know much. And so, especially about the ISS, I was learning as I was going. And so for me, it was sort of like some of the human stuff was the most interesting, and how you live up there on the ISS and what you eat and how you, like a lot of that I kind of baked in so that it turns into more of a sort of human film rather than this aspirational, perfect sci-fi world. Yeah, I sort of feel like I'm maybe speaking to an audience that maybe doesn't know as much, but is interested in how people react in a powder keg. So I went about it kind of that way.
And that's why it worked. And another reason it worked is because the fantastic Miss Ariana here, as our Dr. Kira Foster, besides your voice work on Wish, what made you want to do this as your follow-up to your Oscar-winning role in West Side Story?
Oh, well, when we made this movie, I didn't have a statue. I didn't even know that was gonna happen. Ugh. But when this opportunity came to me to audition for it, I was so excited by it because it was unlike anything I'd ever been given the opportunity to do. And I'm someone who prides themselves on being versatile. I love a challenge, and I don't like doing the same thing twice. So I was like, okay, ISS, movie in space, love that. Gabriela Cowperthawaite, she's a genius, cool, something I've never done. I'm gonna go for it. And I did, and I'm so glad she said yes to me, because the experience of making this movie just, it allowed me to challenge myself and stretch, and working with this incredible cast, they pushed me into being a better actor, the best actress I could be in that moment in time, and that was really special to me. We made this movie in a pandemic.
I know.
Wow.
Awesome.
I
Wow.
know.
No, Miss Gabriela, I love the scene when they're all looking out in space and the spiritual awakening of looking at Earth from space.
Yes.
I mean, you have a lot of astonishing realism here, right? I mean, you know,
Yes.
the zero gravity scenes. How did you achieve those in such a limited time and limited budget?
I love that you love that scene, because I wrote that specifically because I had read this thing called the overview effect.
Yes.
And it was just like, oh my gosh, I want everybody to have this, and for certain astronauts and cosmonauts to not feel it. But yes, so no, it was essentially like it was making the film as exciting as it could possibly be, as human as it could possibly be. So just taking all these different things and all the science and all that, throwing all that science in there, and then putting it in kind of like this vat of a thriller, right? So you're on the edge of your seat, and so you're just feeling like a pressure cooker, like you don't know what's going to happen, and then imbuing it with humanity, and so sort of saying like, is what happens when can you retain your humanity when you're asked to do something very, very unhuman, inhuman? If I stop trusting you, I inherently become more distrustful. I'm not trustworthy suddenly, right?
Right.
So anyway, so all these types of things, I just wanted to throw it all together in this 90-minute experience as much as possible. But yes, so I'm not even sure if I answered your question. I just said a lot of things.
did.
Well, here's the thing: a great sci-fi has a big what if factor in here, and
Yes.
definitely has that. I'm so sorry, I have more questions, but we're running out of time. We're out of time already. So a big congrats on ISS again, a film that will stay with you long after it's over.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Go Palm
Bye.
Springs.